हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं,
हरि भजन बिना
हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं,
हरि नाम बिना
प्रेम भक्ति बिना उदार नहीं,
उदार नहीं,
गुरु सेवा बिना निर्वाण नहीं, गुरु सेवा
बिना निवान नहीं,
भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं,
हरि भजन बिना। जय साई राम, जय साई राम, जय साई राम, जय साई राम, जय साई राम।
जप ध्यान बिना संयोग नहीं,
जप ध्यान बिना
प्रभु दर्श बिना ज्ञान नहीं,
प्रभु दर्श बिना
दय धर्म बिना सत्कर्म नहीं,
दय धर्म बिना सत्कर्म नहीं,
भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं,
भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं,
भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं,
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय। ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमण्यव उतोत इषवे नमः। नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः। यात इषुः शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः। शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडया। याते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी। तयानस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावदामसे यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहेगश्च सर्वाञ्जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रिता सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडयेमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्नियोर्जाम् याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वप अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे निशीर्य शल्याणां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विज्यं धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतुर्मीढुष्टमहस्ते बभूव ते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणत्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्रुषाय व्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तताविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नम उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्रीणां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवेताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्तायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः श्रुकाविभ्यो जिघागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमोऽसिमद्भ्यो नक्तं चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नम उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नम इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नम आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहेतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षद्भ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युप्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मेढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्र्याय च शेभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावबिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषु धिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सोद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईध्र्याय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमस्ताम्राय च रुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नम उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमस्तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः शष्प्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नम इरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमस्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्प्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमोपगुरमाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वः किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनो शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वेराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नः शमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रो तनो मयस्कृधि क्षयद्वेराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्च योश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्रः प्रणीतो मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो वधेः पितरं मोत मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीर्षः मानस्तोकेतनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीर्षः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वधेर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्न उत पूरुषघ्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मे ते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यधा च न शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः तु हि श्रुतं गर्तसदंयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहक्तृमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतर्वृणत्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमेढ्वस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मेढुष्टमशिवतम शिवो नः सुमना भवा परमे वृक्ष आयुधन् निधाय कृत्तिं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहि विकिरितविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृधे सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसे अस्मिन्महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठा शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठा दिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पथां पथि रक्षय ऐलभृदाय व्युधः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रुकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसे नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषभस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणादश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोजम्भे दधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्योमर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्येनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हि यस्विषुः सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशो मनसाय रुद्रं नमोभिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवानयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मेऽनुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रं च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणं च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वं च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रं च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरं च मे लयश्च मरुतं च मे मृतं च मे यक्ष्मं च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे न मित्रं च मे भयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सुषा च मे सुदिनं च मे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
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 हे शिव शंकर शंकर पार्वती नंदना
शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदना
शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदना
शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदना
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
विघ्न विनाशक विमल गजानन
विघ्न विनाशक विमल गजानन
विघ्न विनाशक विमल गजानन
विघ्न विनाशक विमल गजानन
शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन
शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन
शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन
शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन
तव पद चरणं शरणं 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 गजानन
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
हे शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदना
शिव शंकर पार्वती नंदन
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
विघ्न विनाशक विमल गजानन
विघ्न विनाशक विमल गजानन
शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन
शरवण सेवित सुमुख गजानन
तव पद चरणं शरणं 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 गजानन
जय जय गिरिजा बाल गजानन
साक्षात् परब्रह्म साई गुरुवंदना सत्य साई
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 गुरुपद रंजन गुरु परमेशा
गुरुपद रंजन गुरु परमेशा
गुरुपद रंजन गुरु परमेशा
गुरुपद रंजन गुरु परमेशा
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु महेशा
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 सद्गुरु साई परतिपुरीशा
सद्गुरु साई परतिपुरीशा
सद्गुरु साई परतिपुरीशा
सद्गुरु साई परतिपुरीशा
शरण नमोस्तुते परब्रह्म साई गुरुवंदना सत्य साई
साक्षात् परब्रह्म साई गुरुवंदना सत्य साई
गुरुपद रंजन गुरु परमेशा
गुरुपद रंजन गुरु परमेशा
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु महेशा
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु महेशा
सद्गुरु साई पति पुरीशा
सद्गुरु साई पति पुरीशा
चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा
चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा
चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा
चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा
साक्षात् परब्रह्म साई गुरुवंदना सत्य साई देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ
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 दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी
दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ
दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी
दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
सत्य साई दया करो माँ
सत्य साई दया करो
सत्य साई दया करो माँ
सत्य साई दया करो माँ
देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ
देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ
दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ
दुर्गा भवानी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
सत्य साई दया करो माँ
सत्य साई दया करो माँ
सत्य साई दया करो माँ
सत्य साई दया करो
देवी साई माँ देवी सरस्वती माँ
We are blessed, we are blessed, we are blessed. We are blessed, we are blessed, we are blessed. We are blessed, we are blessed, we are blessed. We are blessed, we are blessed, we are blessed. Sai Baba is watching over
श्री राम जय जय राम जानकी जीवन राम।
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 पतित पावना राम हरे जय राघव सुंदर 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 राम।
दीनोद्धरणा राम हरे जय मारुति सेवित 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 राम।
जय जय राम जय रघुराम जानकी जीवन 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 राम।
श्री राम जय जय राम जानकी जीवन राम।
श्री राम जय जय राम जानकी जीवन राम।
पतित पावना राम हरे जय राघव सुंदर राम।
पतित पावना राम हरे जय राघव सुंदर राम।
दीनोद्धरणा राम हरे जय मारुति सेवित राम।
दीनोद्धरणा राम हरे जय मारुति सेवित राम।
जय जय राम जय रघुराम जानकी जीवन 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 राम।
श्री राम जय जय राम जानकी जीवन राम। युग युग के अवतारा साई रामा साई कृष्णा साई बाबा। युग युग के अवतारा साई रामा साई कृष्णा साई बाबा। बाबा साई बाबा बाबा साई बाबा। साई Sai Baba.
युग युग के अवतार साई राम साई कृष्ण साई बाबा
Allah Yesu Nanak Sai.
अल्लाह येशू नानक साई
Buddha Zoroaster Mahavir Sai.
बुद्ध ज़ोरास्ट्र महावीर साई
Allah Yesu Nanak Sai.
अल्लाह येशू नानक साई
Buddha Zoroaster Mahavir Sai.
बुद्ध ज़ोरास्ट्र महावीर साई
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Yuga Yuga ke avatara Sai Rama Sai Krishna Sai Baba.
युग युग के अवतार साई राम साई कृष्ण साई बाबा
Yuga Yuga ke avatara Sai Rama Sai Krishna Sai Baba.
युग युग के अवतार साई राम साई कृष्ण साई बाबा
Baba Sai Baba. Baba Sai Baba.
बाबा साई बाबा बाबा साई बाबा
Yuga Yuga ke avatara Sai Rama Sai Krishna Sai Baba.
युग युग के अवतार साई राम साई कृष्ण साई बाबा
Allah Yesu Nanak Sai.
अल्लाह येशू नानक साई
Buddha Zoroaster Mahavir Sai.
बुद्ध ज़ोरास्ट्र महावीर साई
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram Rahim Jai Ram.
राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम रहीम जय राम
Yuga Yuga ke avatara Sai Rama Sai Krishna Sai Baba.
हे कृष्णा 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 विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंगा गोपाला
नन्दकिशोरा श्याम गोपाला
श्याम गोपाला मदन गोपाला
श्याम गोपाला मदन गोपाला
श्याम गोपाला मदन गोपाला
मदन गोपाला
विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा
जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा
विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा
जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा
पांडुरंग 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 पांडुरंग
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 पांडुरंग पांडुरंग पांडुरंग
विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंगा पांडुरंगा
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
मीरा के नाथ प्रभु मुरली 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 गोपाला
गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाला
गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाला
गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाला
गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
मीरा के नाथ प्रभु मुरली गोपाला
मीरा के नाथ प्रभु मुरली गोपाला
गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाला
गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला
नमामि साई पद पंकजं
नमामि साई पद पंकजं
नमामि साई पद पंकजं
नमामि साई पद पंकजं
स्मरामि साई नामामृतं
स्मरामि साई नामामृतं
स्मरामि साई नामामृतं
स्मरामि साई नामामृतं
भजामि साई चरणाम्बुजं
भजामि साई चरणाम्बुजं
पदपङ्कजम्
ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम ओम श्री राम ओम श्री राम जय राम ओम श्री राम ओम श्री राम जय राम ओम श्री राम सीताराम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 ओम श्री ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 सीताराम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे ओम श्री राम जय राम
नारायण तु पुरुषोत्तम गुरु तो सिद्धवत तो कंठ विनायक सविता पावक तु सविता पावक तु ब्रह्मवत तु योग शक्ति तु यशोदा प्रभु तो रुद्र विष्णु तो राम कृष्ण तो रहे बटाओ तो रहे बटाओ तो वासुदेव गुरु ईश्वरो बधु चिदानंद हरि दो अद्वितीय
असतो मा सत्यमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया.
Om Shri Sai Ram. In his discourse on the 21st of November 1985, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba gave 10 guiding principles that should govern our lives. Join me in reciting these 10 guiding principles. Number 1. Love and serve your country. Do not be critical of others' countries. 2. Honor and respect all religions as pathways to God. 3. Love all humanity as part of your family. Know that humanity is a single community. 4. Keep your home and surroundings clean. 5. Help the needy with food, clothing, and shelter. Help them become self-reliant. 6. Be examples of honesty. Do not participate in any activity such as bribery or corruption. 7. Curb jealousy, envy, and hatred. 8. Develop self-reliance. Become your own servant before proceeding to serve others. 9. Adore God, abhor sin. 10. Observe your country's laws and be an exemplary citizen. Jai Sai Ram.
I offer my Koti pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dearest elders, respected brothers and sisters, and loving children, Om Sai Ram. With the grace of our beloved Swami, I trust that you and your families are safe, healthy, happy, and peaceful. Swami's quote for today. I quote, "The self-same Lord gives and takes. He gives and takes as and when he wishes. Everything is his. So how foolish it is to lament when things belonging to him are taken back by him. Therefore, the wise person does not pine over anyone or feel undue attachment to anything. Let all the pining and all attachment be for the Lord. He alone is eternal, the source of all joy." Unquote. The announcements for this week are as follows. Gayatri Mantra chanting. We humbly ask all devotees to continue chanting the Gayatri Mantra 3 times a day, and if possible, let us all chant together at 7 p.m. for 108 times. Chanting the Gayatri Mantra is one of the most potent forms of seva we can do, as it is selfless and will go to wherever it is needed unbeknown to us. Following Veda chanting. Daily online Veda chanting sessions continue at 5 a.m. in the morning and at 6 p.m. in the evening. Please do take advantage of this amazing opportunity to learn these sacred texts. Prayers for healing. A WhatsApp group has been created to allow devotees to pray for those in need of healing and upliftment. If you have a family member, friend, or know of any person who needs prayer, please contact any of the National Devotional Coordinators to post the request on this group. Moving forward, devotee experiences. We lovingly invite you to share your personal experiences with Swami or of His Divine Grace. Please record your experience in a video or audio clip of between 1 to 4 minutes duration. Videos should be of good audio and picture quality. For videos, white attire should preferably be worn. These videos will be utilized during our national devotional programs throughout the year. Videos are to be recorded on a landscape mode. Please submit your video on the Google Form link that has been sent out on the national communication channels. The National Ekadasa Ridram. All devotees are encouraged to join the chanting of the Ekadasa Ridram this Sunday morning, the 9th of July at 5 a.m. This will be streamed live on our YouTube channel. Ekadasa Ridram is the recitation of the Sri Ridram 11 times. This prayer will be performed by various devotees across our country. A link will be provided. Following is the National Online Study Circle. All devotees are encouraged to join a National Online Study Circle this Sunday, the 9th of July at 7 p.m. This session will be hosted by the Phoenix region in KwaZulu-Natal and will be elaborated on the fourth of the 4 F's given by Swami, namely finish the game. A link will be sent out. The Young Adults Guru Purnima Musical Offering. The young adults will be hosting musical programs nationally to commemorate the celebration of Guru Purnima. This program will be held on Saturday, the 9th of July. All young adults and devotees are lovingly invited to attend these programs in their respective regions. In the Gauteng region, the program will start at 3 p.m. at 17 Kudu Road, Rus Park, Johannesburg South. In KwaZulu-Natal, the program will also begin at 3 p.m. and will be held at the Newlands Sai Center. Please do contact your center, regional or national young adults coordinators for further information.
Om Sai Ram, young adults, Sai Blossoms and dear devotees. The young adults of KwaZulu-Natal will be hosting a bhajan offering as a build-up to the auspicious festival of Guru Purnima this Saturday, the 9th of July at the Newlands Sai Center from 14:40 p.m. to 16:30 p.m. The Wise of Gauteng will be hosting their bhajan offering on the 9th of July at 17 Kudu Road, Rus Park from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. It promises to be filled with soul-stirring bhajans and a dynamic speaker, a program packed with divine vibrations. Swami says, and I quote, "Sing aloud the glory of God and charge the atmosphere with divine adoration. This is why I insist on group singing of the names of the Lord." Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 8, Chapter 24, 8th July, 1968. Let us take this opportunity to sing the glories of our dearest Bhagwan and spread these divine vibrations to all. See you all on Saturday. Loving, Sai Rams.
Guru Purnima Online National Program. All devotees are lovingly invited to an online program celebrating the auspicious occasion of Guru Purnima next Wednesday, the 13th of July. A link will be sent out. Following the National Seva Winter Warmth Program. The National Seva Wing is running a winter warmth program involving the distribution of blankets, hot meals, and grocery hampers. Devotees wanting to be a part of this amazing seva can contact their regional or center presidents for more details. Alternatively, as a random act of kindness, you can carry out your very own winter warmth distribution seva with your families. Go Green infographic for this week. Energy saving light bulbs last up to 12 times as much as traditional bulbs, providing the same amount of light quality for much less energy. 80% of the energy used to power traditional bulbs is lost in heating energy, whereas LED light bulbs run at 80 to 90% energy efficiency. According to the Energy Saving Trust, LED bulbs can reduce your carbon emission by up to 40 kgs a year. When changing your light bulbs, devotees are encouraged to switch to LED bulbs. How much faith do you have in Swami? Or rather, how much of faith do you think you have in Swami? What would you do if Swami told you to drop your medical studies just 4 months short of getting your degree? Wow! In tonight's video, we hear how the daughter of Dr. Hema Gopinath dealt with such a situation. We pray that you have a blessed and safe week further. Jai Sai Ram.
Most people don't realize that this privilege of being his devotee does at times call for really very strong infinite resignation to his will that you were speaking of earlier, complete obedience. I think most people would be perplexed to see such a highly educated family like yours making seemingly irrational choices in your journey with Swami. So I would really like for you to touch upon these instances concerning your daughter Soumya, who is a successful pediatrician now in the US. And it was about her medical education. She had some tough choices to make because by the time she went to high school, she was totally into Swami and she was very keen to please him, and so was the rest of the family. How did this whole dilemma play out?
Fortunately, he had prepared us by some other smaller episodes. Like one was coming back to India. We were at the peak of our practice, but we were always Indian. We always wanted to come back. So though it looks like it was a big decision, it wasn't for us. It was so easy that we slipped 84. We slipped into it. This is June 84. We slipped into it. We were happy. And 84, he told us, come back in 5 years.
So that would
he gave us a 5 years, 89. And we were waiting for June 89 exactly to complete 5 years. And we were in the plane. We were coming back. That was not as much a challenge as Soumya's was. She had had a very vivid dream. We were sitting in the sands in Shivratri time. And Swami walked by and said, do you want to please me? If you want to, quit medicine. And she was now in the 4th year, just 3 months before she would graduate.
Of med school?
Of med school.
In Canada?
In Canada. Yearbook was published, photographs were taken. They had applied for all the postings. Internship is all applied for in December. So everything was done. She had chosen her subject and everything was done. And Swami came in her dream. So she took 1 week. She was not at home. She was in residence in London, Ontario.
University of Western Ontario.
Western Ontario. Then after a week, when she decided, she called home And she said, I want you both to be on the telephone. I have something to tell you. And she said, Swami has asked me to quit medicine. And
what was your reaction? Your daughter is finishing successfully her medical program.
Very surprising. He said, what do you think? She said, I want to quit. Then quit. Can you imagine? We were not stunned, nothing. She called and she had made the decision. Very good. Quit. This, you would think we were absolutely brainless to have answered that way. 1 week later, he said, oh, what have you done? Because by 1 week, she had withdrawn from the college. She had brought everything back and there was no turning back. At that time only, we said, oh, maybe we should have not allowed her to do that. But one thing was, my son was studying here. So we had telegrammed him saying that Swami had such a dream. Ask Swami whether he wants her to quit. And he sat with the telegram and Swami said, yes. Ask her to quit.
So finished. You had validation from
Validation. So she came home and we were challenged. Till that time we were okay. Somehow okay. But the center people, my brother-in-law, everyone, how can you do that? You believe. Why are you spoiling your daughter's life? Bombarded from every direction. And then we also started thinking, maybe we're rash in doing all this. Anyway, there was no turning back anyway. And my daughter was very secure in her decision. So she would sit at home. She will cook for us. She will play the harmonium, sing bhajans. And Swami will come in her dream practically every day and give her lessons. Some she would share with us, some she will not. She has a whole book of her, how long is it? February to April, 2 months. We were like this. Then, because it was, it was more than that. Because it was Shivratri time, we thought Swami will call us during Shivratri. Shivratri came and went. No indication of when to come to India. Then in April, my son sent a telegram, Swami wants you to come. So we came. And first interview, Swami said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he asked Soumya, what are you doing? Nothing. What do you mean by nothing? Swami, you told me to quit medicine. Oh, imagination, all imagination. She says, my husband hardly ever talks. He said, no, Swami, I've got the telegram.
You confirmed it in person?
In person. So he said, yes. I said then, now ask her to go back. Now, this was April. Already admissions for the next session is gone.
Done.
And also, the dean had asked her so many times, take a year off, don't quit. But she couldn't tell them why she is quitting. If you are burnt out, doesn't matter, take a year or two.
She was such a bright student.
And also she was very young. She was 18 when she entered medical college. Usually people finish degree at that time. Anyway, so
she went back to...
She went back. She
same
had to
university?
Go back. Same university. She has to,
London.
Yeah. And she went back to the dean now. And he said, her file was just being shelved. And they said, she was just in time. So he said, what's the matter? So she says, I want to continue. He says, why did you quit? He says, I have a guru who told me to quit. So if the guru asked you to murder, will you do that? Oh, these people do not ever think of harming anybody. They are for the welfare of the whole universe. So he must have seen something wrong in my future if I had continued. So he asked me to stop. Now, he has asked me to return to medical school. And of course, she was a good student, but they said, we have to put you through. We want a letter from a Hindu, one who believes in your religion. Then we want you to bring a letter from one who believes in your guru. And the third one will be a psychiatric examination that you're okay, that you're not off your head. So the person with Hindu faith used to teach Bhagavad Gita in the university. He couldn't understand how we could mess up our daughter's life. Says,
I guess it's one thing to read the Bhagavad Gita, quite another to walk the talk.
Exactly. So anyway, he used to love us so much. So he said, okay, I'll give a letter. But if you don't have the heart in it, your letter also doesn't sound
Reflect it, yes.
Miss Dr. Singh also said, Dr. Saab, sab to theek hai. Everything is okay, but you can't take her out of medical college like that just on a dream. Anyway, we had to convince him, Bhai Sahab, please write a letter. So he also wrote a half convincing letter. No, convincing letter, but with a half heart. So anyway.
I guess explaining the Guru Shishya Parampara and how this culture operates.
Yes, and who Sai Baba was and how many good things he's doing and all. Finally, the psychiatrist was the one who gave the most beautiful letter. He said, not only is she sound of mind, she has a very sound moral and ethical value, and she will be an asset to the medical profession. She got it. And she finished 1 year behind her class. So now she had to change her line because she couldn't apply to the same places and explain why all this story. So she decided she will change. And she wondered what to do. And she remembered one earlier interview we had with Swami. We were all doctors. So you're a heart, you're an orthopedician, eye doctor, surgeon. What are you? Children? And he left it. We didn't understand children. She's so young. We had not thought of it as a children's doctor at that time. My daughter reflected back and she says, Swami wants me to do pediatrics probably. So she went into pediatrics.
In Ottawa?
First in Toronto, then in Ottawa. And now, of course, she's in Phoenix, Arizona. But it was a tough thing. But it challenged us and made us courageous and have a very sound, faith in Swami, that he will not let you down. And we know now that her life couldn't have been better.
And I guess that's where she met her future husband in Ottawa.
Yes, she met him in Ottawa.
So whatever happens, happens for the good, even though it seems so crazy at that moment. So crazy.
And we were bombarded by the center, by...
Terrible peer pressure, isn't it?
We used to take off the telephone, off the hook sometimes. But hospital calls will come. So when we were on duty, it will be on. Otherwise, Sundays we would, because brother-in-law made it a point to call us regularly.
To remind you that you were brainwashed and spoiling your child's future. Well, when you look back in hindsight, all the dots connect so beautifully.
Yes.
Everything is perfect.
But we don't know the dots ahead of time.
जय जगदीश हरि स्वामी सत्य साई हरि शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थमिष्टार्थं मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदयमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थमिष्टार्थं मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदयमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थमिष्टार्थं मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदयमाश्रयामि। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्